All right, so we are back for the men's sabre final. This is actually, I think it's the first teammate bout we've seen. It's between UCSD's Shawn Kim and Justin Park. These two are teammates. They were actually warming up together right before this bout. I saw them both practicing some kind of wacky stuff, quite honestly, in that warm-up.
Oh, what were they doing?
Do you remember in the first bout when Justin tried to do that four parry with the repose behind his head?
Oh, yeah.
They were both practicing that on each other in the warm-up.
I wonder if that's a thing UCSD teaches.
Yeah, we could ask about that afterwards. But yeah, they're obviously very close. They may not be taking this entirely seriously. We'll see pretty quickly if that's the case or not.
Yeah. I think it's hard, though. Both of them want to win.
Yes, that's true. These bouts are so tricky because with teammates, you fence each other so often. You know each other's styles so well. And so the things that you're used to doing and scoring points with may not be as effective as they usually are. Although a nice yell from from Shawn early in the bout shows me that at least he wants to win this one. I think the UCSD team is just going to cheer every single touch. Normally during a team bout you don't hear any cheering, which kind of kills the energy in the room. But yeah, it does sound like they're just all cheering for everything. So. So we've seen a pretty big variety of actions so far.
Yeah, I was going to say I think Shawn does a lot of the in and out from the semifinal bout. He did a lot of defensive actions.
Yes, he did. Giving up the reprise really easily.
Yeah, and I think Justin might know that.
That's a good point. Nice touch. This time Justin made it look like he was going to come in really fast to get Shawn to catch up with him and was able to parry that action. This time both fast attacks just hit each other on the guard, and so the referee throws that one away. I hate when referees, when that action happens and the referee just kind of makes something up, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
This time Justin tries to go for a parry, and he actually does touch the blade, but it's after Shawn's blade already hits him. So that's a mal parry and touch for Shawn. Nice touch.
Extension of the attack there.
It's a good extension of the attack, and because Justin tried to make that action in place with only his blade, it was easy for Shawn to add the extra step and get the touch there. Nice in and out and a nice pull. Usually that is not the way you want to deal with point in line, just one big action right at the end, but he does get it. Actually, it's funny, the two times we've seen point in line today, I've said that, and both very committed actions have been successful. So, nice counterattack. Shawn is using his height really well in this bout.
Yes, I was thinking that too.
Justin not quite believing that was timing, thinking maybe his stuff wasn't working, tried to test, and the test was successful, so it was definitely just timing. Another mal parry action.
You agree with that call?
I'm not sure. I thought I heard the sound before I saw the light, but those are honestly so hard to see.
They are.
Something I've said a couple of times is I don't think it would be very difficult to add an additional light to the box that shows you exactly when the blade contact happens. And then it would be and then it would be an objective measure to see whether there was blade contact first or body contact first. But right now it's just guessing because you have one audio cue and one visual cue, and it's difficult to compare those two senses together sometimes.
Especially if you're looking at video, if a bout has video replay and there's no sound on it.
Because there is no sound and then you're completely guessing. Oh, that was nice.
Ooh, Justin tried for a
counter
six parry
yeah.
there.
That is actually one of the situations when counter six works, is if you're hitting to a righty 4 and you go up as a counter parry. The angle just works a little better. So it's considered kind of a swag move, but in that situation, it actually is like an optimal choice. It works better than 5 in that situation.
And we see neither one has a coach.
Yep.
Because it's a teammate bout.
Yep. So what would you change if you were Justin, who's down right now?
I was just thinking that. I think I would slow down my first step. I think he's rushing, and so that's forcing him to make a decision early.
Too early, I completely agree.
He's falling short a lot in the middle.
And getting mixed up with like a prep occasionally.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Which is causing him to fall short more.
Exactly. So that slower step will allow him more time to see, okay, is his opponent flying out, or is he doing a defensive action?
The way I like to equate that to my own students is I tell them it's like you're playing rock, paper, scissors, but you're showing your own choice a split second before the other person is.
Yeah.
And so at that point, you're not even playing a game with the person. Like if they throw rock early, you have all the time in the world to just show paper and win. So you have to like synchronize a little better so that you can start playing a game again.
Yeah.
Or so that you can start doing the same thing to the other person. That was nice. And again, I think from Park, another thing that we didn't talk about in the break is he needs to execute his actions with his feet a little bit more. He's kind of getting stuck in place.
Yeah, I agree.
Even that one, same thing.
Yeah.
So you could make an argument, and that's what he's trying to do, that Shawn maybe missed that attack, but at that point, it's like, it's much more subjective and it's up to the referee, rather than just like using his feet to make the attack miss.
It looked like an extension of the attack to me.
I agree as well. And that's again,
nice.
that was also a nice extension of the attack, but that's again an action where one fencer gets stuck on their feet. Oh, that was a huge preparation. I think he may have been trying to draw him in so we could parry him or something. There's no other reason to have your arm that far back otherwise. Oh, I really thought he got that one.
There.
Yes.
So we saw he started off pretty fast, and then he corrected.
And he slowed down.
Yeah.
Still going that fast because fast is a little bit risky, especially in this bout, because he's been punished for that.
That was good. I saw Park just did like a stutter step with the back foot, so it kind of tricks your opponent by moving the back foot first. Gives you a little extra time, again, off the line to see what your opponent is doing.
That's a cool adjustment. And now Justin is controlling the tempo, not in the way that we suggested by slowing down, but actually by speeding up a little bit.
Yeah, just doing an extra movement.
Yeah. Oh, he slipped even. And there you see him try to go for counter 5 against the 4 parry, and it doesn't work. Maybe counter 6 would have worked in that situation. Nice in and out on defense, moving at kind of an, nice touch. Moving kind of in an erratic tempo.
Yeah, he went forward, he jumped forward to take the 2 parry.
Yes, and that's kind of a metagame touch where like a lot of the time, if you counterattack, people expect you to close that force. So as a response to that, they'll just finish underneath. And so he jumped up to get himself a little elevation to be able to parry that weak underneath hit.
I think I see a lot more premeditated plans in this bout than other bouts, and that's probably because they know how each other fences.
That could be it. Still think Shawn, well, both of them really, but Shawn more right now is getting stuck on his feet a lot. Like that's maybe the 3rd touch we've seen since the break where he's lost a touch because he didn't move backwards enough.
Yeah, same thing.
I think if he had not stopped there, that probably could have been attack in preparation, but he came to such a full stop that it became attack stops, attack from left. That's attack in preparation, and a pretty nice one too. All of these bouts -1 have been so competitive.
They have.
See how quiet it is all of a sudden. Oh, when he goes, oh! he goes back on that reprise situation, which is so dangerous. But as soon as Park jumps in to establish his attack and stops, he gets hit with a counterattack in like maybe the one tiny instant he wasn't ready to finish.
Shawn has a good defense, and that height helps.
Yes, it certainly does. I can speak from experience on that one. Oh, my goodness.
And we've got another tied bout.
Park is so good at pushing that attack through the first zone. And I think that if Shawn had slightly higher energy in his footwork, it would be harder for him to do that. But it's so passive looking that it's easy for Shawn to push him through the middle because he doesn't really fear a counterattack at that point or an attack and prep.
That's true.
So I think he's going to attack. He's going to try to go backwards, and it will depend on how well he executes right now. Oh, my goodness.
So I think Justin did anticipate Shawn to go back because that is Shawn's strength, as we've seen in this bout.
Yes.
But he changed it up, which was actually a really smart move for that last touch.
Yes, it was. You're going to see a big group hug with all the competitors right now because these guys are teammates. Although it looks like Justin doesn't want to be a part of that. And understandably so.
Yeah.
That was another really good bout.
Close all around.
Yeah. All these bouts have been fantastic. All right, awesome. Leanne, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
And good luck to your team in the relay event, which will happen starting at 1:45 local time. We're going to take a quick break while the award ceremony happens and then go get lunch.